Today I want to talk about emotions, and before you press the stop button and go back to your search page, the reason I want to talk about emotions is because no one really seems to want to talk about them. They want to push them to one side and ignore that they're there, especially the painful emotions. But I'm here to tell you that those painful emotions are there for a reason. And if you don't allow yourself to experience those more painful emotions, it also stops you from being able to experience the more positive and enjoyable emotions as well. And I'll talk about that on a later video. But for now, what I want to do is just try and highlight to you why those emotions are important and why they're important to express. So emotions are there for a reason. We might find that we get stressed out or upset about lots of deadlines coming our way, or that we're having an argument with somebody that we care about, or we get caught up in traffic, or someone treats us badly at work, or someone tramples on our values, and so that makes us feel upset. And the body's way of showing you that you're upset about those things is to create a feeling or a sensation in your body that we then create an emotion from. And that emotion can feel uncomfortable, that emotion can feel challenging. But what we do is every time we experience that emotion, I've got this bottle of champagne here that we got for Christmas. But every time you experience that emotion, it shakes up your bottle of champagne. So every time you experience it, you're shaking it up again and again and again. And we all know what happens when I take off this wrapper and I open the cork when I've shaken it. And it's all just going to come spurting out in a very dramatic and sometimes often overpowering way. And if we keep that emotion stuck inside, what that ends up doing is it creates for us lots of physical health, mental health problems can come from that as well. It really erodes our confidence if we keep storing up that emotion inside. And it can create relationship issues because we'll refuse to talk about and express how we feel within the relationship. It causes us a lot of stress, and it really impacts on our quality of life. So expressing our emotions is incredibly important. And so rather than get our explosive expression of our emotions, which is what a lot of us end up doing, myself included, is we can gently release that pressure by every time we experience an emotion, we can name it. By simply saying to another or saying to ourselves, I got caught up in traffic and that really upsets me. It makes me feel angry. And we allow ourselves to feel that emotion. Or a loved one is unwell, or maybe a loved one dies, and so we feel sad and we feel angry at the injustice of it, or we feel upset at the loss of it and the fact that we're never going to see that person again, or we feel regret because we didn't say the things that we felt that we wanted to say. And all of these emotions are kind of rolling around inside of us, which is what causes the pressure in our champagne bottle over time. So rather than allow that to build and build and build and build and build, we can release it a little bit by simply naming it. Either saying it to ourselves, writing it down on paper, so that when we feel that emotion, it can flow outwards, rather than turning inwards and causing all of these confidence issues and health issues that I mentioned earlier. So coaching is a really, really great opportunity to explore some of that emotion, to express some of that emotion, and to learn about what it really means when we feel that emotion, and how that can make us feel much more whole and healthy and feel much more fulfilled. So I hope some of that information around emotions has kind of helped a little bit. The key thing for me is that emotion is energy in motion. And when we feel something, that's just energy, and it's either going to go in or it's going to come out. And we want to make sure that when it comes out in a healthy and appropriate way, so that it strengthens us and strengthens our relationship with our loved ones. So as I say, I hope that helps. And if you have any questions, if anything comes up for you around what it is that I'm talking about, please post in the comments and I'll reply to them. Or email me, david@potentialitycoaching.co.uk, and we can get a discussion going. Thanks for listening.